Hello and welcome to Soapbox 2022. Elections are very much underway here at Loughborough University, and it has been amazing to see all our candidates out and about campaigning.
For those of you that don't know, the Soapbox is a chance for you to get to know your candidates a little bit better and see what they want to achieve if elected.
The positions that are up for grabs are President, Democracy and Communities, Sport, Academic Experience and Welfare and Diversity.
But before we get into it, let's take a look at the highlights from last year's Soapbox.
Obviously, to be able to do a soapbox, there needs to be candidates. Here was the moment the candidates had their last briefing and were let loose on their first chance at campaigning.
Elections 2022 has now begun.
But before we get into the first interview, let's find out a little bit more about our candidates.
Hi guys, I'm Sam Branney, I'm running for President.
My name's Harry, I'm going for the role of President.
Hi, I'm Danny and I'm running to be your first Democracy and Communities Executive Officer, and I'm running to put the students back in power.
Hi, my name's Anushka Johnson and I'm running to be your next Welfare and Diversity Executive Officer.
My name is Valen Rollato and I'm running as the next Welfare and Diversity Executive Officer.
So my name is Alice and I am going for Academic Experience Executive Officer.
I'm Adam Heseltine and I'm running for Academic Experience Exec.
My name's Sam Woodland and I'm running for Sportio.
Hi, my name is Ben Clubb. I'm going for Sport Executive Officer and I want to bring sport back to the students.
And the reason I'm running for President is because I want to make sure that you have an even better time than me.
Because I have the sufficient experience, toolkit and mindset to take welfare and diversity to the next level.
Because I feel I've got a nice amount of experience across different sport areas. My current role is a club chair, but also from my placement at Nike and also international experience working in New Zealand.
Because I'm passionate about inclusivity and diversity. I am part of a minority myself, and so I understand why this is very important, especially in a setting as university.
So I'm very passionate about the Students' Union and I think there's so much we can do and improve.
I truly believe that education is the most important part at this university and I really want to represent it.
So I had a great time as President in my final year and I'm going to continue that work, working all the presidents next year and supporting them in their roles as well as the course reps.
The best thing about me is just how excitable I am about everything.
In my work ethic, I really consider myself a nice hard worker and making sure that I'm bringing in people around me to support me in that process.
It's probably my Guitar Hero skills. I was second in the world for a week, like a couple of years ago. I've gotten worse now, but I'm still top tier.
The best thing about me is probably my smile.
I'm a mature student, so I'm quite old in comparison to most students.
One thing you might not know about me is I'm the first person in my family to not go to Cambridge.
One thing that you probably don't know about me is that I can juggle. I juggle pretty well. I started when I was 13 and it was fine. Like, it was kind of funny, so I just kept going on.
Yeah, I get called like Uncle Harold and things like that by some of my friends. Bit random, but yeah, it is what it is.
The most embarrassing thing I've ever done is down a pint through a shoe in front of about 200 people.
From 4 o'clock, you can hear the interviews with your academic experience. And from 4:45, you'll hear the interviews with the candidates for welfare and diversity.
And at 5:35, you can see the interviews for your Democracy and Communities. And at 6:10, you can see the interviews for President.
Well, we're definitely in for an interesting day, and I think it's time to get to it. Our first executive office role up for grabs is the role of Sports EO, with our first candidate being Ben Clubb running for Sports EO.
Hi, my name is Ben Clubb and I'm running for Sport Executive Officer. I'm currently race captain of Loughborough Snow and I compete in IMS Rugby for
I have a general question for both of you. What would you say, are the biggest issues impacting students' education at Loughborough that you would want to tackle, and how would you do this? And we'll start with you, Alice.
Okay, so I think one of the biggest problems at the minute is engagement with student volunteers and students across campus as a whole. I think that students don't want to get involved, and I think that it's not advertised enough. I think senior volunteer positions such as chairs need to be better advertised on Loughborough University's page and Loughborough Students' Union's page. I also want to... Sorry, wait there a second. I also want to increase representation for postgraduates as well, because I think that they are really underrepresented. Postgraduates and doctoral researchers across both campuses. I want to basically increase the representation and the sort of I want to make it more forward-facing. So I want to make sure that Loughborough London feel truly represented.
Great, so that's all we've got time for the Welfare and Diversity candidate interviews. And I'm now going to pass down to Ellie and hopefully Alex, who's downstairs in the piazza.
Hi Rachel, thank you. I am once again joined by Alex Marlowe, who is the current Welfare and Diversity EO. You've obviously been in the role for 2 years. You're very good at the role. What did you think about those candidates, and do you think they're strong enough to fill your shoes?
Well, I think I'm getting a little bit stale now, so I think it's about time to have some fresh ideas into the section and into the role. And I really appreciate what both candidates have showed off in today's Soapbox. I think they have strengths in different areas, and the crucial thing is that it is a fresh perspective, which I'm really pleased to have seen demonstrated today.
And do you think that there's anything in particular that stood out for you that either candidate said either during their manifesto or during Soapbox today?
Well, one thing that I'm really impressed to hear from both of the candidates is how much importance they place on listening to students and listening to minority students. You know, we are in our 10th year of the section, of the role, and we do need to be thinking about how we're platforming the views properly of those who don't always have access to platform their views. And I heard both from both candidates, so I was really pleased to see that.
And is there anything that you would like to see be put into the section that maybe you didn't get round to putting into this year?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots. You know, it's a limited amount of time that you have coming into this role, and time moves quickly. So I would think if either one of them could do just one of their ideas, I think that would be an absolute success. Particularly, I was interested in their answers about, you know, introducing new roles, new associations into the section. Fortunately, that decision might be taken off my desk and may land on one of their desks, but I was really interested to hear their perspective about it, and I'm excited to see where the role in the section goes for the next year.
Amazing. Thank you, Alex. I know you're going to be missed by everyone here. In case you missed their interviews, we have a roundup of what's just happened. That is it from our LSUTV 2022 Soapbox.
Don't forget, voting opens tomorrow at 9 a.m. and closes at Wednesday, 4 p.m. It's so important to vote because these are the candidates that will determine the decisions and structure of LSU for the next year.
Make sure you stick around after the credits because we will be going back to Charlotte and Freya for the Soapbox Extra for their final thoughts and analysis of what's happened today.
I'm Alex Marlowe.
And I'm Ellie Mae Barbieri. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.
Cool. A big thank you to Ellie and Alex downstairs. What a good way to finish Soapbox 2022. But not before we have had a quick chat with Freya Mason, the current LSU president. How are you doing, Freya?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Quite tired after a very long day, but yeah, I've very much enjoyed it.
Been long, hasn't it? But it's been good. Been very entertaining, hasn't it? How have you found the show today? How's Soapbox been for you?
Really good. It's been really interesting seeing the ideas and how they've communicated to them. So obviously, we've been watching all their campaigns and reading all their manifestos, but watching how they handle this, because it is a high pressure environment, was really good.